So I just wanted to jump on today and give a mini money update and also a special announcement, so make sure you stay around until the end so I can give you a little more information about the giveaway that I'm having. So for those of you who haven't been to my channel before, welcome. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back. This is Cookies and Cash, and my name is Barbara. And on this channel, we talk about budgeting, saving, and paying off debt. And we also talk about cookies. So before we get started, the cookie of the day today is a mint striped fudge cookie from Benton, an Aldi's favorite of mine. So they smell delicious. They smell amazing. They remind me of like Thin Mints, Girl Scout Thin Mints. So if you ever get your chance to get your hand on these, try them. They're super inexpensive and they taste just like Thin Mints. So, but okay, moving along. So the update that I want to give you was that I forgot to mention in my last video that I am traveling this coming week. So actually by the time you see this video, I will be in St. Louis. My job is having a work retreat, so I'm going to be there for 3 days and 4 nights, flipped, 4 days and 3 nights. And, just kind of hanging out with my colleagues and learning and bonding and all that good stuff. So I'm pre-filming this video so that I can go ahead and put it up while I'm gone. So I don't miss a week, because I like to try to send out a video every week if there's something to talk about, and there is a little bit this week. So this trip to St. Louis, I thought about this and thought about what I want to do and decided that I was going to use cash. So I have taken out cash. Right now I have about $90 that I'm going to take with me. Most of that is going to be probably paid for parking at the airport parking lot, because I'll just stay there. It should cost me about $50 to stay there. Otherwise, my food is covered, for the week. So I don't really see a reason not to try using cash. But honestly, it's been so long since I've really used cash that I'm just kind of now getting back into the habit of it. And it actually feels really good to handle cash. So I think it will be interesting to see how much I spend and how much I don't spend, which leads me to an aha moment that I recently had. So I have, as I've been going through my budget, I did my budget with me video last week. As I've been going through my budget this week and just sort of living life and spending, I've noticed that, and it's something that I've always done but never really thought very much about the few times that I did budget, because I've tried off and on, but it's never been consistent. So I've never really done it. But when I would have like money allotted for a category, like, I think I'm going to spend this much on gas and electric. And I didn't end up spending that much on gas and electric. Well, then I would just shift it to another category to spend, or I would just spend it. Never did it dawn on me until recently, and being in the budgeting community and watching other people's videos and just kind of giving it some rational thought, I realized that just because the money didn't get spent in the category that I thought it needed to get spent in doesn't mean that I need to spend it. I don't have to shift it somewhere else to make sure it gets spent. I can save it. So I can just put it aside and save it. I can use it for the savings challenges now that I'm so interested in. I can just put it aside in my bank, in my little, it's not a piggy bank, but it's my little save at home bank, which I might show eventually. It's super cute. I got it from Walmart. But so my cute bank I may bring on and show you. I'm going to try to slow down my talking. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of that, so please feel free to let me know in the comments if I'm talking way too fast and you can't understand me, because I have a tendency to do that, and I also have a tendency to talk low, but I'm trying to use a mic right now to kind of help with that. So hopefully audio is a little bit better, but maybe not as slow as it should be. But anyway, back to this. I don't know why it was such an aha moment, but I think it was because I was watching a YouTuber, and I can't now remember who it was, but I was watching a YouTuber, and I'm going to start shouting out people's channels because this budgeting community is pretty fantastic. I have definitely seen other people do that. It's helped me find some great channels. Some I found just by looking, and I think that they would be good to tell other people about, that I just kind of ran across. But I'll have to start making notes to myself so that I can mention all the people that I've seen. But I watched somebody, and they were taking the money that they had left over and either putting it kind of in a dollar envelope or jar, I think is what they had, like an acrylic container, and they were just saving up their dollars. So anytime they had dollars left over, when they broke money and got change, they would just stick it there at the end of the week. They were budgeting every week because it got paid weekly. And other people would just save it in other ways. They just wouldn't spend just because you didn't actually have to spend as much as you thought you were going to have to spend in the category. So I think that this is something that I'm going to start doing now. In fact, I know it's something that I'm going to start doing now. And so in order for me to do that, it means I am actually going to be spending more cash. And you'll see this coming in another video, but I am going to switch over to a cash envelope. Now, this is going to be kind of an experiment for me because there are certain things I don't do, like I don't do sinking funds. That may change in the future, but I don't do it right now. And I've looked at my categories, and I don't have a ton of categories, and I'm going to be, carrying cash in. And another thing I'm curious about, so many of the things that I do are paid for online. So many of my bills are paid online, and I'm obviously not yet ahead in my bills. So I'm actually, the money that's coming in my paycheck is going directly to my bills immediately. So I can't see doing a cash stuffing for that because, and please tell me in the comments how people do it. I know that one YouTuber I saw, she cash stuffs because she is ahead on her bills. And so she's actually able to just set aside money for the next month's bills because she's already got a month in the bank. But I'm not really sure how other people do it. Another challenge I have is the things that I want to spend, say my personal spending, which is something that I've learned, one of my lessons learned this week too, which I'll talk about next week, probably in my mid-month update on my budget, along with some cash challenges, new cash challenge that I have, and some other things that I'm doing. I'll talk about it next week, but I am a little bit confused about how best to do that. Like I want to carry some cash on me, but so many of the things that I do are online. Even things that, when I'm doing personal spending, there might be things that I want to order online. So if anybody has ideas about how to do that, how to use cash versus card, because I certainly feel like it's going to make a difference for me to use cash, especially in some categories. Like I know groceries, that's an easy one. Gas is probably a really easy one. Miscellaneous is probably another one that kind of gets split because there are some miscellaneous things that come through my bank account that I need to have money in the bank for. I have these miscellaneous tiny 35-cent service charges that come along with some of my online payments. So they get caught up in the miscellaneous. But I'm also noticing that miscellaneous is one of those categories where I probably need to start paying more attention and breaking out what I'm spending to see if I need to create more categories or if there are certain things that I need to do in cash. So, but all those are part of the lessons learned with me really sort of doing my budgeting and being a part of this community now. So that's coming. But one other thing that I wanted to give an update on was my public service loan forgiveness application and status. So I've been checking the online service portal to see if my loans have been transferred over. There's a whole separate supporter or a whole separate organization that handles students or former students who are in the public service loan forgiveness program, which for those of you who don't know, I have most of my debt, $237,000, almost $238,000 of my debt is in student loans. So that is the bulk of my debt, along with just under $40,000 of other debt, car loans, credit cards, etc. So I was waiting to see if my loans or when my loans are going to get transferred over, because on this website they also show you your progress towards the number of payments you have left before your remaining balance is discharged. If you work in public service sector, you have to make, and you sign up for this program, it doesn't happen automatically, and you sign up for this program, you have to make 120 qualifying payments before your loan is discharged. So that's approximately 10 years of payments, going with one qualifying payment per month. So I'd heard through a webinar with the Department of Education that they were going to back count all of the years that we've been in forbearance because of COVID-19. And it looks like that's true. So when I checked my portal, they pulled over all my information. I can see the number of loans, the number of payments that I have, and I can see the number of payments that I have remaining. And 40 payments have already been applied to my account out of the 120, which means I have, as it stands right now, about 6.5 more years before my loans are fully discharged. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I'm working on 2 tracks. I am paying off, becoming debt-free with all the other debt that's outside of my student loan debt, and then I'm in the public service loan forgiveness program to try to finish off that debt. So I start making payments again in in October. So, but I have years of payments that have already counted, and I didn't realize that was going to happen until I watched this webinar, and I jumped on this because I thought, well, I didn't join the program, so I'm going to be starting from scratch. So I might as well wait until the loans are due again, and then I'll start it up, and then I have 10 years. But when I found out that that wasn't the case, I hopped to it a lot faster to make sure all of this stuff was in place before the student loans, the interest started accruing again, and we started having to make payments, which is going to happen in October. So I was super excited to learn that yesterday, because that cuts literally years, and I might be able to cut a few more months off, because I have an employer that I worked for before, and I don't think, well, I know the months that I work for them are not counted. So I might be able to take it down, I'm hoping, even lower. But even if it stands where it is right now at 6.5 years versus 10 or 20 or 25, which is what it was before, if you're just not working in public service, your regular loan periods are either pay everything off in 10 years by making full payments, or pay 20 to 25 years on your loans, and then everything that's left is discharged. So all of which are terrible options. I mean, I personally think that if you have the money and your balance is low enough, and try to keep your balance low enough for sure. I'm not saying, ideally don't take out any student loans, but if you do have to take out student loans, don't wait on a program to try to save you. I'm in such significant debt that this makes the most sense for me, because it would take me, I would be, elderly by the time I finish paying it off. And I probably wouldn't even finish paying it off then. I'd probably have to have the balance discharged in 20 to 25 years. So it makes more sense for me to do it this way. But I think for a lot of people, because my daughter did this, you can hustle, and hustle's not even a word I necessarily like so much, but people recognize that, they understand it. You can take side jobs and live a little leaner and pay off your student loan debt and just get rid of it, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it when you were trying to buy a house. You don't have to worry about it. So if she had $30,000 worth of student loan debt and paid that off within a few years of leaving school. So and she hustled. I mean, she did. She just lived pretty lean and put as much money as she possibly could towards it. If that's in any way possible, I know everybody has different circumstances. I mean, I would suggest you try to do that, especially if you're younger, and you are, still have student loan debt hanging around, because it is quite the albatross, quite a anchor around your neck that you want to get rid of as soon as possible. So, okay, if you made it this far, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to stuff one more envelope in my 100 envelope challenge. So give me just a second and let me get that set up. Okay, so here is my box, my 100 envelope challenge. As I mentioned before, I just did a basic box. There's such cute ones out there, but they are just too pricey right now. Pretty ones on Etsy, but they're not in the budget right now. So this is just a Dollar Tree box. And I just did some basic Dollar Tree envelopes, and took my pretty pretty pink Sharpie and put the numbers on them. So 1 through 4 have already been stuffed. So today is going to be number 5. And this is the only one I'm going to stuff today. So I've got my crinkly $5 bill. I really don't know how the YouTubers have these beautiful crisp bills. It's amazing. It's pretty. It's like they get brand new bills every time they go to the bank. I don't know how they do it, but I got my regular crinkly. Okay, so there's number 5. That's been stuffed. Let me go ahead and put that back in here. Put the lid on, and then we will do some others coming up in my next video. Okay, so I actually have to jump in here really quickly and color in my envelope. I noticed at the end of the video that I didn't do this, so I'm having to come back in. The magic of editing. It doesn't look like it's been since the end of my video, but I am actually coming back in to do this. So I did today's envelope, which was number 5. So let me go ahead and color that in real fast. Okay, and there we go. There's the 5th envelope colored in, so we're making some progress. Small progress with progress. Okay, now, so for real, if you've made it to the end of this video, I want to talk a little bit about my giveaway. First, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all the viewers. I've had a lot of really supportive people with good ideas. I wasn't sure what I was going to get when I started this channel. There are so many reasons why people could slam me for making stupid decisions, and I really haven't gotten that. I heard on other channels how supportive the budgeting channel is, and I know I have quite a few viewers on here and people who have subscribed who are members of the budgeting channel, and I look forward to getting to know you guys because it really does seem like a incredibly supportive community. And I'm enjoying that. I'm really happy about that. I always live a little bit in fear that I'm going to get some pretty nasty comments. And I assume that there might be some coming, so I'm kind of ready for that, but that has not been the majority of what I have seen so far. So, and that's one of the things that is going to help me kind of stay on this journey. So what I'm going to do is, I can't believe it, but I made it to 200 subscribers. So I am going to give a giveaway, which I think is really fun. I think it's going to be super fun to give back to people. So just a little bit of information about the giveaway. It's going to be 2 small prizes. One is going to be a gift card or a Cash App or a PayPal, whichever one works best, for $10 for you to buy the cookies of your choice. I thought about doing a gift card to like Great American Cookie Company or something like that, but I don't know if they have enough of those across the country, and I don't know where everybody is viewing from or watching me from. And I know where some people are viewing me from, but not all of them. So I decided to just go with the cash. I mean, if there are a lot of Great American Cookie Companies where you guys live, let me know. But I thought maybe just doing, a $10 Cash App or PayPal, you could then just pick where you want to get your favorite cookies. But since this is cookies and cash, I had to do something cookie related. And, I had to. And the second thing is going to be a savings challenge, a scratch-off savings challenge, which I don't have yet because I just ordered it. But it is going to be a scratch-off savings challenge from Beautifully You and Me. And I've watched a couple of her videos, and she has an Etsy shop. So I'm going to try to put her name up here on the screen. So I would go check out her videos because her videos are amazing. And I purchased one of her scratch-off challenges, and I'm going to be sending that along with giving you a $10 gift card. So they're small gifts, but they're sort of right in line with the budget that I have right now. And I really hope everybody enjoys them. Whoever wins enjoys them, and everybody enjoys the challenge. So the rules of the challenge. You have to live inside the United States. You have to be at least 18 years of age or have parental consent. You have to leave a comment because the winner will be picked using a random comment picker. So please leave a comment under this video if you want to be included in the giveaway. And I should be doing the drawing, I believe, on the 19th when I do my next video. If it's not then, it will be my end of the month video on the 26th. But I'm aiming for the 19th once I'm back in town and can have some time to kind of do my next video. And I will have some other rules and official rules and regulations in the description box below. There are a couple of things that YouTube wants us to put in there. One of which is that they are not in any way sponsoring this, and they are in no way liable for these prizes or what happens. So just to put that out there, YouTube, so that I'm following those rules. But yeah, okay, so I think that is everything for this video. I am actually going to go and try to get some work done before I actually have to leave town. So hopefully, I noticed just now that there's some serious shadow going on over here. So hopefully you can kind of you can see my hands with my naked nails. No nail polish today. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for staying around, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.